可以吗? All right. So today we're going to talk about a little bit of 𝗠𝗶𝘀𝗀𝗃, and this 𝗠𝗶𝘀𝗀𝗃 is we're gonna like take out some part of it. Then we can discuss why are people stopping you in some ways. You know, we also want to understand why is it like that. So in 𝗠𝗶𝘀𝗀𝗃 we can do a lot of things. All right, it can give you a direction. It can give you a way of approach and allows you to find clarity. Okay, so 𝗠𝗶𝘀𝗀𝗃 is not really like a miracle tool, but however, it's allowing you to have a very clear direction. You know what's your focus, and that's where you can actually find your own personal challenges and set up your own strategy. And that's where you can, you know, bring up your own success rate. So this is very important. I mean, to me, it's actually very important. I find it very important because from 𝗠𝗶𝘀𝗀𝗃, I'm able to find a focus, find a direction. Then that's where I can actually put my time into it, invest my time into it. Then that's where, you know, can find a better success rate, better, you know, like better overcoming rate from the current situation or challenges. Okay, 可以吗? So today let me see who is here today. Let's see. So we have Anshu, we have Cynthia, we have CK, Daphne, Meijing, Mitra, Tahira is also here today. Vicky Lee. Oh, mostly a female. All right, all right. only
I'm the only one.
yeah, the only male.
One, right.
All right, the most young person here. All right, okay. Now. Cynthia, later can I ask question for 𝗠𝗏𝗃's answer? I mean, we see how it goes lah. You see what question you want to ask, then we can show out the chart, and then we see how. Okay, ma? Okay, so let us start today. So let's go. Okay, let me put myself away first. All right. Okay, let's go. So those who are very new here, we do have this new plotter that has been launched quite a while back in 27 April, and it's called 𝗠𝗏𝘀𝗀𝗃 plotter. So it allows you to actually plot your own personal whatever chart you want. You want to talk about destiny, it's also possible. You want to talk about forecasting, mainly it's for forecasting. And we have the basic version, we also have the plus version. Okay, so the basic version, we also added something to match the public, which is those free plotters that they have outside, they don't have structures. They don't have those red color structures, black color structures, if you know what I'm trying to say. Later I'll show you some. Those free plotters they don't have, we added in for you guys, so it makes me much more competitive. And I feel that because a lot of people in the past, when we started launching this plotter, they keep asking for, can I add in some of the structures in? Then, you know, at the start I was like hesitant, but when I talk to my team, and we feel that, yeah, I mean, it's good to actually value add and you know, for the community of Chinese metaphysics people. So I think it's good. We added some of the powerful structures in, and those like Longfan or those very common yet powerful structures we added in for you in the basic functions or the basic version. Okay, so those who are really want to actually enhance yourself, you want to go for sorry. So you want to actually go to, you know, having much more stuff inside, then the plus version will be very much good for you. Later we'll talk about more on the plus version. Okay. All right. So those who are very new today, or this is your first session that you're joining us, this is our fourth sharing. Yeah. So we would like to share every week. We call it weekly sharing, but sometimes we're just really ultra busy. So yeah, so today we have some time and some opportunity. Yeah, so opportunity is 天时 跟地利. So now we got a 人和 means people. So we are all together today at this timing. It's also an affinity. So if you're new today and you're very it's the first time joining our live, then you want to actually have those like constant updates, then you can actually join either one of it. You want to know more about me, or you have known me a little bit, but you want to know more what I've done in terms of feng shui, in terms of academy, in terms of consultation. Yeah, you can actually go to my website. So this 3 QR codes is something in this manner. We want you to actually keep yourself in the loop. Okay. All right. So for those who are new. All right. So that's great. So cool. So before we start here, anybody here are very new to 𝗠𝗏𝗃𝗃? Can you like give me like I mean you think that you're still new, yeah? You're still new to Qimen, or anyone here is really an expert and a practitioner in Qimen? Can you give me like some response? Then I can, get and understand what's my tone and how can I get things done better. Come on. Here we have Mei Jing say I'm totally new to Qimen. Now that's very good. I mean, new is good. You're not clouded, you're not, influenced by a lot of concepts. I think it's good. I think it's very good. Anybody here is also new? Mm, um, before we move on. Yeah, Delphine is also new. Oh, that's great. We have new people here today. Very new to Qimen. That's good. That's great. I hope that our sharing also can help you a little bit in your this journey and learning Chinese metaphysics. Maybe this is the very first thing you have studied, or maybe this is also part of your journey in Chinese metaphysics. I'm very happy that I'm also part of here. Very small bit today to influence a little bit of your Chinese metaphysics journey. So that's great. So I think it's good. I think it's good. Oh, CKC is old but new. So old yet new. All right, all right, all right. So great, great, great. I'm very happy that you guys are responding. That's good, that's good. So continue to respond to me, or you can actually chat with me. Okay, so today, right, we want to share this thing here is your stock, all right? You're just tied by people who keep you from rising. So we want to understand how sometimes in terms of our career, in terms of our wealth generation, in terms of our, people matters, in terms of relationship, could be in terms of a relationship with your bosses, a relationship with your clients, for example. These are people that actually stops you from rising or stops you from moving forward. And how do you see this? This one is very important because this is one of the trick or one of the good thing or the attributes that Qimen can actually help you. Sometimes you don't know what direction, right? So sometimes you also don't know that some people are actually pulling you down. You don't know, right? There's so many factors, and sometimes you're just clouded with a lot of things at one time. You don't know what's the problem. You don't know who is the problem. You don't know how to solve your problem. And that's where Qimen can give you this thing called clarity. Okay, clarity is very important because if you can have good clarity, you're half a better one. This is always how I feel. I don't think that Qimen is a miracle tool. I don't think that you can actually find a very and can just execute something and suddenly the things just go to 180 degrees change for you and things get better. I don't really think in this manner. I focus on achievement more to find out what's the problem, and that's where I know what's the problem. I can actually focus on that problem and I get things done. So this is how we actually run our consultational business, and that's where I feel that we can always use Qimen to find this thing called clarity. Okay, so how do you see this? So today we're going to discuss this a little bit, all right? So of course, this is a sharing, this is not a teaching lesson. And however, you're not going to like suddenly become an expert, I mean, in one of the weekly sharing, but at least you have this in mind. You know that this is an idea, is an objective, is abstract perspective, and that's where you can have this as a direction for your journey in learning Chinese metaphysics, not just for Qimen. Okay, so let's go. Okay, so people matters is the very first thing that we need to focus, because people, we want to know who's the one that is giving you problem, or are they the one that is giving you problem. So you have to check this thing called the people matters. So people matters in Qimen is represented by the stems. All right, so stems is very important because stems always represents people. Just like 八字, for example, we want to know who is the day master, right? So the day master is the day that you're born. So you have been attributed to one of the stems. Some people are Jia wood, some people could be pink fire, some people could be Geng metal. Yeah, so everybody has one like a certain code, so the code is represented by the stems. All right. So in Qimen Dunjia, we also use the stems. All right. So stems represents people. Okay. So you want to understand what's the problem with the stems, or what's the quality of the stems. So this one, when we talk about people, we always will refer to the stem. So this is the number one, or the 101 fundamental in Qimen Dunjia. Okay. So talk about people, look into the stems. You guys clear? All right. So this is the very first thing you need to do. Then the next thing I want you to do here is, where we want to know those people that stops you from rising, right? So what's the problem? There are three ways and three approaches lah. I would say three approaches that you want to see lah. So the very first thing you need to do here is look at the stems, right? So you got Jia all the way to Kui. These are all you can find in your chart. Later I will share the chart with you, then you understand. Okay. So you have three different factors that will, you can identify, and that's where people are stopping you from rising. Okay, so it can be the quality of the stem. So the quality of the stem can be in black. It also can be in red. So in our plotter, we have do the backend machine learning for you guys, which is we have the big data, and that's where we has the technology to tell you that stem is it in black mode or is it in the red mode. So generally in Qimen Dunja, we categorize black means it's negative, red means it's prosperous. So if you see your quality of the stem, right, is in black, so it's definitely people are stopping you lah, or people are giving you problem and that's where all these stems, right, can become what we call petty people lah. Okay, petty people. So it's called 小人 in Chinese, all right, 小人. Okay, so these are, you want to know first one, you know, 小人 that kind of thing. Is there a 小人, in my aspects of life? Okay, because if your forecast is about career, for example, then you can see, wow, my stem is so bad. Then you know that there are people in this career that is stopping you. And then you know already, you identify already, you say, confirm your this is like that. Because from the chart, from my forecast, I know that the stems are represents people and it's in black, so it's negative. I confirm, I know that this is a problem. Okay, but however, now you know that there's a black thing, you know there's a red thing. Okay, forgo the red because stops you means it's black already, correct? So we also want to understand, that the status of the stem. The status of stem is also quite important. The reason why, because different status of the stems can actually tells you different stuff. For example, like if we talk about the status of the stems in grave. So what does grave means? Those experts here, you have to know what is a grave. I mean, if you're in this Qimen for a very long time. So grave is a status of a stem. Okay, so grave represents a stuck. Grave represents no energy. Grave, like those the stems are just hidden very much on the ground, underneath the ground, and that's where it's not there for you, cannot support you. So that's where it becomes a very much negative. So people are not supporting you in terms of your forecast. Then this is grave. All right, so grave here means low energy, weak energy, no energy, and that's where these people here, they may not want to hurt you, they may not want to give you problems, but they just can't help you. So this is grave. All right. The next one here is also called the punishment. So punishment is bad. This punishment is definitely bad. So it's like people tormenting you, people giving you emotional problem, people backstabbing you, people, give you challenges and all this stuff. All right. So you need to identify. So punishment is really totally bad. All right. Punishment is very bad. Okay, so you need to know that stems having this crisis. Then you need to identify. Later I teach you how to identify. All right. So this is also something that I never shared before in my sharing, but I'm gonna do it with you guys today. All right. So this is also very it's an affinity, I feel. All right. So and that's where you need to first understand, are there people stopping you? Okay, so you know, right? Because it's black. Then you need to identify what's the status. I'm just giving you two different status, but actually later when you look at the chart, you'll see more stuff. You'll see more stuff because there are different quality stages of the step. So the lousy quality stages means is lacking of energy, lacking of power, lacking of motivation to support you and help you. Then of course we also get bad structures, like for example punishment. This is one of the bad things that if you have it in your forecast, you know that people are punishing you. So you also want to know who is punishing you in this case. All right. So in this case, when you talk about people that's stopping you from rising, you need the very first thing you need to do is looking to the stems. So stems is the number one thing. I'm repeating this a fifth time already. Then then because I want to get this into your mind, I need to get you understand this. Then from today onwards, right? you pump, when you open up a chart, that the thing is like, synchronized inside, is structured inside you already. So I want to know who are the people that is giving me problem, look into the stamp, look into the quality, and what's the status. Simple. These three things. All right. So this is what I want to share with you. And this is the real protocol when you talk about 𝗍𝗻 Okay, so now we're going to go into some examples. For example, here we have, if you want to talk about this palace itself, you can see that the stamps here, generally we look at the top stamps lah, but you also can look at the bottom stamps, okay? We can look at both stamps. So this is called the top stamp, this is called the lower stamp, or the bottom lower stamp, upper stamp, lower stamp, also can. All right, so you can depends on how you actually read it, no difference. So the top one is generally is what you can see lah. Generally display outside already. Okay, so it's like people you can see lah, very easy. So this is like open. Then what you cannot see here is the lower stem. So lower stem generally is like hidden people or 小人 lah. This one is more dangerous. The top part you really can call as a open 小人, so which means that you can see one, you know who is the person that is giving you a lot of problems. But the lower stem here generally indicates like people that is hidden behind, like suddenly this person is your good friend, but behind your back, right, talk a lot of shit. All right, so this one here, that's the difference between upper stem and lower stem. One can see, one cannot see. Okay, but the main thing here you need to do here today is you must understand what color is it. Okay, so if you're a beginner, right, you see the color lah. All right, so color black means not so good really lo. But if you want to have another level higher, then you need to look into the status lo. So this status is extinct. So extinct, the energy is extinct mode. So extinct energy means it's bad, it's not strong, there's no help. And people say that, hey, think fire is good. Think fire is generally good. You still remember? There's three nobles, the Peng, the Ting, and the Yi. These are the three nobles in 𝗍𝗻 Generally, in the classic, we say it's good. Of course, it's good. But when we talk about reality, it's different, You learn driving in school versus you drive outside is totally different. So this is what we call as reality versus theory. Okay. So now you need to be clear that, hey, even though I have a good noble, but the noble is in the extinct mode. And that's the reason why it becomes black. So extinct is bad. Extinct means it's not there for you. It's never there for you. The power is not there for you. It's very weak, ultra weak. So that's where it might becomes negative. Depends on your situation. Okay. So that's where if you look into the positivity of this star, I mean not this star, the stamps is a good noble, but because of the extinct mode, then that's where it's weak or there's limited energy that is supporting you. Okay, it might not be also giving you problem because some of the stamps are giving problems. For example, like 𝗀 metal. Okay, so now we look into this part. The Ting fire not so good, correct? Then we look at the bottom here. The E wood is in the sick mode. If it's sick, if a person is sick, you just take that person is sick, not capable, not useful, not able to actually having the right expertise to support you. If you're talking about a business, because life door generally we talk about business. So if in terms of business, which means you don't have capable people supporting you lah. I mean, just read it in this manner. Or maybe your people are not equipped with the right skill sets. Or maybe your people here is not able to help you in your making money or generation of money lah. So you need to understand, or maybe they not enough skill set. So you have to, nurture them, train them, and make sure they are up to spec. Then you'll be able to prosper your business. You see, now you find your own personal strategy. It's not easy, but you have a direction, and through this direction, you're able to save yourself. You guys, you know what I'm trying to say? So those beginner here, very simple. You look at black. Black means not so good really. So not so good how? Then of course, we also got you covered. Later I'll explain to you. So this one here, if you are a real practitioner here, then I'm gonna explain a little bit much more deeper. Okay, you need to understand what's the status of the stats. Then you know the status, you will know that why they are like this. Okay, so then that's also one of your, approach and also strategy to be able to actually get these people up or hire the correct people. Then that's where your business can actually do better, if that's your focus. You get my point? All right, guys. So this is the very first thing I want to share with you guys. Let's go to the second one. The second one is called the grave. You can see sometimes there's more than one thing for a stem. Sometimes it's really quite amazing. At a certain palace, there are more stuff. Wait, let me see. I can zoom in. Then you guys can see much more clearer. Okay, you can see this. All right, so you can see this 𝗏 here. So 𝗏, if you have the Pro version, which is the Plus version, or Qimen Plus will be giving you all this very subtle what we call status, and that's where you can actually fine-tune your own personal strategy to the highest maximum level. So from here, you can see this 𝗏 here is in grave mode, in extinct mode, in punishment mode. Wow, if let's say you talk about your own personal career in your in your workforce, or you're talking about your office, you talk about your your shop and all this, then you will see there's 3 different categories, there's 3 different things that's happening at the same time. And we always say that gung is a very bad stem. I mean, if it's positive, then it's okay. But if it's negative, it's ultra negative, it's very ultra extreme, in some ways. So gung here is having a grave. So if you talk about your worker, wow, maybe this worker here not very good, no power one, or maybe always not available one, because it's in grave, you grave, you can't find him, right, or find her. That extinct, no capabilities one, no strength one, no power one. And it could be also a punishment, punishing you, punishing the shop and all this. It also could be petty people that is coming in, punishing you, or maybe it could be your colleagues, is really punishing you and all this. So that's where you need to look at this stem. You need to see what's the quality first. If the quality is strong, we generally don't care what's the stem. All right, if it's strong, it's a very strong and prosperous stage. Later I'll show you. If it's a very negative, then some of the stems are much more negative, like 𝗏, 𝗏, there's a 𝗿𝗲𝗱𝗆, these are much more negative stems, yeah. And if it's not in the prosperous mode, it's not in a very good quality condition, then all these negative aspects will be amplified. All right, and amplify to who? Confirm to you lah. All right, because why? This represents people. Simple. So this is what we really wish you to understand, that you first must identify, are there people stopping you? And it's not always about 𝗏 means it's bad. You need to first know what's the quality of this step and what's the status of this step. All right, so I think I jumped the gun a little bit too fast, because the next one I want to talk about is actually punishment. So you see, the next one is actually punishment. So that's where punishment is the third status. This one is quite dangerous, because punishment means they will punish you lah. Punish you. They punish you lah, you. Okay, so when they punishes you, then you feel pain, right? I mean, generally punishment is very tough. In 𝗿𝗲 itself, right? We always have this like earthly branch relationship. Why is it earthly branch? And it's not the heavenly stem. Because heavenly stems in Qimen, it represents like the upper stem. Then the earthly branch is always represents by the lower stem. So lower stem is very complicated one, sometimes because you cannot see it. Sometimes you don't even recognize it because it's so hidden. And that's why hidden stems has multiple relationships. And one of it is punishment in 𝗿𝗲. We got clashes, we got punishment, we got destruction, we got harm. But the strongest in my years of experience, punishment is very strong. The reason why is because punish is like I punishes you, I torment you, I damage you internally, and that's where sometimes you have no choice but to embrace it. You cannot fight back because you've been controlled by this. It's like a mind controlling and all this. So punishment is pretty much damaging. All right. Clashes, yeah, I can fight with you, I'll clash with you, I'll shout at you and argue with you, but you can fight back, because it's very explosive already. So it's like one is like slowly tormenting you, which is punishment. Another one is clashes, means immediately I'm gonna clash you, I'm gonna fight with you, I'm gonna argue with you. Both are very, very destructive, but it comes in a different form. Okay. Then of course there's a destruction and harm in 𝗿𝗲. That one we leave it to the next day. All right. So I wish to tell you here is, in Qimen Dunja, the lower stems plays a very, very big picture also, if you want to see things in a very deep manner. Okay, it's just like a dark web. All right, so this is like an open web. This is like a dark web at the bottom. So it's really very interesting. If you want to lead yourself to the next level, you want to push yourself to the next level, then I'll urge you to really go for the 𝗍𝗫 Plus, because you can see a lot of different stuff inside. You look here. This one here, there's an upper stem that is a punishment, and there's a lower stem that's a punishment. So you must really identify what's the problem, right? You must understand why this thing is happening on you. You get my point. So are you guys excited to identify who's the one that's giving you a problem? Because right now we look at 𝗿𝗲𝗱, right? We look at 𝗿𝗲𝗃 and all this. Are you guys excited? Do you want to know how to actually identify who the hell is the problem and who give you this problem, and how can I identify this people and make sure that they get you you get out from them and you know, remove yourself from these issues, especially the hidden one, right? Because hidden one you also don't know who. You get my point? Are you guys excited? You give me a yes. Again, tell me. Then I'll be, you know, having the motivation to actually tell you guys. Are you guys still here? Hey, hi, ho, you. Are you guys still listening to me? Hey, Cynthia, is it? Best supporter. Mitra, wow. Nice to see you. Andrew, okay, good, good, good. I tell you, let me teach you, all right? Let me teach you this. Okay, let me teach you. Simple. Let me teach you. Before we move to the next slide, let me see what's the next slide first. You know, when we talk about 𝗍𝗫, right? I'm actually always very excited. I mean, Chinese metaphysics. I'm always very excited. You can ask CK Liu. I'm doing this for so many years, but it doesn't stop my passion. And every time when I talk, right, I feel the drive and passion.
Non-stop topic.
I really love
Yes,
𝗍𝗫
yes.
parts. I love this Chinese metaphysics. I mean, in the future when I can talk about feng shui, I'll also have this kind of, like, you know, this kind of urge. But yeah, so let me help you guys on this part. All right. So before we move on to the next one where we talk about more on the 𝗍𝗫 Plus, let me tell you how to actually identify. You know, right, when we look into stems, all these stems are represents a certain year one, you know. For example, 𝗏 metal, right? 𝗏 represents 0, right? Yes. 𝗏 represents 0. 𝗏 represents 1. This is 2. This is 3. This is 4. This is 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. All right. So these are what we call numbers for the stems, which means those it has to be in your situation. How to identify these people? Let me reinstate first. How to identify these people? Generally, we will want to be able to have a relationship with these people first. So it's like you must suspect first, correct? You must suspect, you must have this like feeling, you know, that kind of thing. You cannot be what Tom, Dick, and Harry, everybody also cast, then already, you know. This thing don't work like that, because in 𝗍𝗫 is always about time and space. Then the third thing is people. Okay, time and space very important. People not so important. But you have time and space, then you add the people, then it formulates the whole picture. All right. So the first thing you need to have first is relationship first lah. Or you don't like this person, you also must hate him, but that person must come out first, correct? You get my point? And in this case, right, once you have this connection with these people, then you will be able to identify who is this in your system. Okay, let's say for example, this is not the rest door lah. Let's say it's an open door. Let's say it's an open door. Okay, it's a 𝗍𝗫 open door. So you say career wise. Okay, my career. I want to know now. I'm going to cast my career, and wow, cow, this thing is damn bad. All right. So there's a lot of problems in my career, which I also know. I don't need the chart to tell me. But now I also want to know who is the person. Okay, so very simple. We have this thing that I'll teach you already, right? There's an upper stem, there's a lower stem. Okay, so upper stem and lower stem, that represents people. You remember? Just now I told you. So people, what does 𝗿𝗏 means? Okay, 𝗿𝗏 represents number 8. So what does 8 means? So 8 is the last digit of the year of birth. Okay, so it could be 1988, it could be 1978, it could be 1968, it could be 1958. So depends on the current condition of that people you have lah. Okay, so this one very important. This is called upper. Then you want to find the lower, also simple lah. Now you also know the technique already. So this simple is 𝗿𝗏, right? So 𝗿𝗏, you see the 9. So 9 represents what? So the year of birth that's ending with 9. So it can be 1999, it can be 1989, 1979, 1969, you know, that kind of stuff. So these are what we call as the year of birth for the people. Then you say, hey, hello, now I got 2 people, same number, also 9. Then 怎么办? So what are you going to do? If let's say one is 1979, one is 1959, then I want to see who is much more having the higher probability. So what should I do? What do you think you should do? I mean, if let's say right now I'm posting this question back to you guys, what do you think you will do? Come. So now you learn the technique really, huh? So you know this thing. So what we're going to do. Anybody have some idea? Or just anyhow write, just anyhow write some ideas in. Because now we are discussing together. You know, we're sharing this thing to you. Talk to them as to why they are sabotaging you. Okay, this one you can, right? This one no problem. But now you want to identify. Let me rephrase this question. Like now you identified 2 people already, like possible you know, but they are both having the same numbers, like 9. So you want to know that which one is the real one that is giving you problem. So if let's say one is 79, one is 59, what are you gonna do? Are you gonna ask both of them? I mean, entry you can actually do that. But if let's say you want to do it behind, you know, you just want to observe and investigate, and how are you going to do it? All right. So there are more things you actually can do now. Okay, let me share one more thing with you. Okay, so we have this thing here. If you look into this chart here, this one is in the East Palace. So East Palace generally East represents the elder son. Elder son. So East represents elder son. So you also have this possibility that it could be male, because East represents male. So, and that's where the sun generally is not so old. Okay, so if let's say you know that both are female, then you will see that because it's the elder son is not not father, not mother. So we will go for the person that is not so old, because it represents the second generation. So you will go for the 7-9. But if let's say you say that, hey, East represents male, one of it is male, then you confirm already this one is confirmed is male. Okay, so let me restart this thing together again. East represents elder son. Okay, and East also represents male. So in the case, you know, sometimes it's like that. In the case, you got 1979 and 1969. Okay, so the gaps of 10 or maybe 59, easier to see. So you see that both are male. Then you will see elder son represents the second gen, so it's not so old. Then you choose 7-9. But if one is female, one is male, then because Zhen is a male, this is a Gua. Okay, and that's where you go straight to the male. So this is how you do it if you have the same numbers at the same time. But if you don't have it, then you know that person is confirmed the person that is giving you a problem. Okay, very simple. So because when you cast a chart, there's always about time and space. And this time and space will help you to identify who's the person. And you want to talk about upper means it's the open 小人. So it's more what's 水小人. So this is more towards like you can see, you know that this person is giving you problem. And if also fits in the earth, then you know that that's the issue. If you want to actually identify the hidden one, then you look into the lower stem. And this one will give you the people or the year of birth rightfully to that issue, to that stuff. You also can do combination analysis, but however, this one can be a bit tough. Okay, so today is not really about training you how to actually get this thing done, just like impressing you. I'm just telling to give you some, like, you know, much more different tricks, because Qimen got different tricks and to help you to identify stuff even much more better at a higher rate. So you can actually try out this, and I can tell you, I guarantee you, this is also one of the very high level strategy that we use and to help our clients in consultation. Okay, so I'll leave it to you, and you can actually digest it accordingly. Okay, so the next one here is, what if you don't know how to resolve? The quality of the stamps. You don't know how to read what is grave. You also don't know what is punishment. You need something much more different. You need something much more closely related to your own personal aspects of life. All right, it could be related to career. It could be related to your own personal business. Can also be relationship. We got you covered. Okay, what we're gonna do here is look at this. This is a chart that we have it in our plotter. This one is much more sophisticated. This is under the plus version. And if you talk about it, you want to go into this, you can see, let's say you're talking about business forecast. So you know that business forecast, you can look into our analytics. Our analytics has tell you that this is 23.2, which means your percentage of doing, having this deal or closing this deal might have an issue with it because the percentage is very ultra low. So ultra low means low opportunity, low possibilities. Then you can look into this analytics bar, and that's where you can see the people is the one that is giving you problem. So immediately you can identify using our Qimen Plus, you can identify that this one here people is the problem. Okay, so you can use our challenge, which is what you will be facing, like influence from others, clouds your personal conviction and business direction. So this one also tells you already, the challenge also tell you is the people problem. You don't need to read this, you don't need to read this. Just by reading the business forecast, you will know already it's actually from people. So this is the strategy. So the strategy here sway towards your this forecast. Of course, after you read it, you have to make sense of your own personal situation, and that's where you can actually come out with your own higher level strategy. So we don't just give you one challenge, we don't just give you one strategy, we also give you another challenge. It is called excessive risk avoidance, caps your business growth and investors' interest quickly. So if let's say your current situation is about getting funding, your current interest is about shareholders, then what are you going to do? Because you have people problem, so you need to understand what can you actually make things around. You document your plan. Strategic stakeholders supports confident leaders. You need to feedback to your own self. Are you able to actually act boldly and having good, clear, calculated projections or risk, and to allow them to actually trust in you? So this one here, we have two different challenges, two different strategies for you to play around. And from the analytics, you don't have to really read the chart so much. But if you are a real practitioner, you can depend on our analytics to help you to make much more strategic or clearer decision making. Okay, so this is the first thing that I want to share with you. The second one we also can have is, like, for example, career. Okay, so career here. So the career, if let's say you're forecasting your own personal career, should you change job, should you not change job, for example, then you have a 55.9%. So anything about, in my opinion, education is like that lah. So we always say that 70 points is an A point, A2, for example. So in my approach, I feel that 70 points and above is good. Anything below, you need to improve, right? So 55.9 seems like just a pass rate. And you look into it, you also can see the people is the problem, right? The people here, the percentage is very low. The bar system or the analytics bar already tell you that's a problem. Okay, so you can actually read into the challenges because it's very much positioned into a career forecast. So political awareness, lacking of it can jeopardize your internal alliance quickly. So in this case, right, you really know that there's negative people already. And if you're not political manipulative, then you have problems, right? You jeopardize your own personal people. And that's where you need to know what's your strategy. Read the room, speak to them, listen, communicate, build relationship, influence them. And that's where you can, get the touch with them and get things done for your own personal career. So these are what we call as supportive guidance and supportive strategy for you. And plus, together with the challenge, you'll be able to integrate your own personal situation and get things done at a very high level. So if you have been really practicing Qimen for a very long time, I'm very sure with the Qimen Plus, you can actually up your speed and up your progress in a very high level mode. So this is also one thing we want to actually give back to the society and also the community. We want to actually make sure that you guys, don't make your education in Qimen Dunjia go into waste. You've been using it and you've been training it and been learning it for so many years. I mean, it's time for you to actually excel. Don't you feel that way? I feel that way because this is always about me and I always want to actually improve myself. And that's where I never stop learning. Until today, I'm telling you, every day I also learn something new, regardless is it qimen, 八字 or feng shui or 紫微. I don't care. I mean, I just see something, I feel that it's not something I know or it's something that's applicable, I'll actually go into it because that's my bread and butter. But for you, it might not. All right. So hence you need something which is a qimen forecast or qimen plus to help you to understand what's your challenge, what's your strategy that you can actually apply. You might take years to read the chart, but you only can take 1 minute to understand what's your challenge and what's your strategy. And that's where you apply it instantly. It cut down your what we call as the delay and the procrastination. And that's where you can save a lot of time and focus on solving your problem. All right. Okay, so I hope you guys enjoyed this today. We have our own subscription, which is a 365-day subscription at $49. If you guys are really wanting to go for the Qimen Plus, I urge you guys, if you want to improve, you should go for it. Okay, so this is a little bit of a comparison. We have the most outer left is the free plotters that you can find outside, and our basic version, which is the free version, we have all of this, all the ticks. We have all this. We have the tree victory. We have the color codings. We have the structures that we added for you guys. So this is the free. So paid version here is like that. But our own personal version, we also have what the paid version have, and we have more. All right, we have the dynamic indicators, we have the analytics, which I'm going to show you, strategies, different aspects forecast. Yeah, so this is what we have as for our own personal Qimen Plus, and of course we are consistently upgrading it, and that's where you suddenly see, hey, how come got new things? You get a point. So that's our stuff lah. We want to actually create a plotter to help more people and get their forecast. So I help you, you can help more people. So it's really good. All right, so this is our community. I hope you guys are new, join our community, and I really wish that you guys are together with us and keep us in, keep everybody in the loop. And yeah, so this is what we have. So this is the QR code. Or you can actually go into Qimen Plotter. Let me see. Go to this. Yeah, you can subscribe. Yeah, the links are there already. So good. So you can go to Qimen Plotter and understand what is it about even more. We have a lot of videos already. This is the 4th already. So you can actually go back to the first video, second video, third video if you guys are very new today. And I'm very sure you can learn a lot of new stuff. I mean, every week we are doing new sharings, and these sharings are totally free. And we wish to I don't wish that you will learn, like suddenly become a master or become a practitioner in just the sharing, but I wish to actually influence you in terms of the mindset, in terms of the perspective, in terms of the protocol. And that's where, right, you are always tuning back to the correct path, because there's so many ways to actually read the chart, but sometimes that way might not be the best way. And that's where I'm not teaching you the best way. I'm just giving you perspective. I'm just giving you different options, different objectives, different way of approach, and with a very simple, basic, fundamental one-on-one protocol. And that's where from there, you'll be able to actually, get your path much more clearer. And when you do Qimen for yourself, you forecast for yourself, you'll be able to find the best answers. Okay. All right, so good. Let me show you what's my plotter. This is actually my plotter. This is the free version plotter. You can actually play with it. It's very simple. So you can actually go qimenplotter.com, and yeah, 3 different systems. Yeah, then you can select a date. Then of course you cannot choose the other aspects lah. So the other aspects is lock, but you can block the chart. Then that's where you can see the chart. All right, so you see there are structures for you guys really. So you can actually toggle, and play around with it. And yeah, so you have the 3 victories are here. Okay, generally is here. So you can actually look into it. Like for example, white tiger here. This is a bad structure. You have it here for the free version. Of course, the plus version you have everything lah. All right, the tunes, the deceptions, the fakes, everything you have inside. Okay, so this is a free version. If you like the free version, you should use it. I'm really happy that it will help you and benefit you. And of course, you see the color coding. There's also color coding for you. Red is good, much more prosperous. Black is not so prosperous and a little slightly negative. Sometimes it's ultra negative. Only the plus version you can see the status, but the free version, you know that black is not so good, red is very good, like that. Okay, so this is the thing that we wish to share with you guys today. So I mean, it's a very good plotter. I really personally love Qimen a lot, and I feel that it helps me a lot. And I wish that through this Qimen plotter and through the sharing, and you guys can benefit a little bit more. Okay, so any questions for me? Yeah, guys. Yeah, so I'll be still here. Then I will urge you to have some questions for me. Then we can actually have a good closing together.
Your
Come.
day three can get back the video.
Day three, the video is up already.
Where is it together?
In the YouTube. Let me post
YouTube.
it. Yeah, YouTube. Let me post it for you. Yeah, we have to see it. We have to see it. So I think it's confirmed there. Yeah. Confirmed on the. Let me see my Facebook. Yeah, guys. Continue, please. Tell me your questions and all this. Then we can share the link. I think we have the link. We have everything, right? Yeah, you send the link to that channel. It's in the channel. I post it together with the channel. Ken, is it there? We put it up. Okay,
Yep.
come. Any question for me? Any charts for me, or what thing you wish me to actually help you? Yoma? I mean, I really appreciate that you guys are here today. I mean, this is really quite fun and quite exciting.
Draco, Cynthia here.
Hey, hi, Cynthia.
I want to ask, will you be able to show me one round how you use your plotter? Because I'm used to other people's plotter. So
Okay.
every plotter is slightly different. I mean, sometimes I confuse.
Well, I get your point. No problem, no problem. Let me do it together with you,
Thanks.
right? So this one here, right? This is the free version. Okay, let me log in the pro version for you. Okay. So we stand by. Let me do the pro version for you. So I'm very sure you guys have been using JY's plotter lah, or the Chinese Metasoft plotter. Do you have any other plotters for me that is different?
I uses Chinese Metasoft. Then I used to use JY plotter, but then he gets too expensive. So I think your plotter is much more user friendly. It's just that I just want to see how your plotter works.
Sure, no problem.
Thanks,
Okay, so
thanks.
basically we are inside here already. So this is the dashboard. So dashboard is basically talking about my account now. So hence this is my account, and yeah, so I already subscribed already. So hence, let's say I plot a chart. So there are three different systems. So generally JY uses the 自论法. Okay, so 自论法 is the oldest version until there's this thing called 菜谱法. So 菜谱法, 自论法, generally they are all yang and yang charts. So yang charts here, they talks about just different calendar system. So JY version, if you're very familiar with JY version or the Chinese Metasoft version, then you use the 自论. So those people that study from 菜谱 masters, then you use 菜谱. So the newest version is called the 硬盘, which is a very different ball game, but we don't talk about it now. So there's only A, which is 自论, or B, there's 菜谱. So it depends on which one you learn from which master. So no problem, it's just a calendar system issue. It doesn't impede different readings. Generally, you need to still be able to forecast properly. And that's where you can actually, for now, you can use 自论. The default is actually 自论. Okay. Then you talk about the date and time that you plot. Let's say you want to move in further. Okay. In the general forecast, which is no aspects one, which means you study your own one. So you just plot a chart. Yeah, just plot a chart. So this is the chart. So this one here, you have everything. You have the general forecasting chart. And yeah, actually the names are much more similar. I just changed some of the name, which I feel that is much more I mean more towards that stars or that deity. That's how I feel. All right. So because some of the names are just converted from Chinese, so I want to change it into much more English names. Like for example, advisor. I mean, JY1 is assistant, but I don't feel that it's an assistant star because this star is an advisor star. It's a supportable star. So, and that's why I changed some of the names off. Yeah, so in this case, this is like that. You look into it, it's a basic chart, similar from 𝗿𝗲𝗱𝗆, similar from JY, no difference. But however, the thing here, you can have the 3 victory dates. You have the lead, I mean, the lead stars, lead door, lead stems, or this. You want to talk about funding, fooing, this is all here also. And this one here, you can toggle. You can toggle, you can play around. You want to talk about another chart, you can toggle. Okay, let's say the 𝗍𝗏 Plus. What's the difference between the 𝗍𝗏 Plus versus external chart? So 𝗍𝗏 Plus have a very special function. All right, the 𝗍𝗏 Plus allows you to what we call as cast in different aspects. So let's say, for example, today you want to talk about business. Okay, today is your business forecast. Then at this current time, then you can plot. You can plot this. So when you plot this, you will be able to see the. Why today so slow? The internet got issue here. So this is the, there you can see the analytics. Yeah, so the analytics decide giving you a much more better guideline, giving you what we are just now I talk to you in terms of the analytics, give you a strategy, give you a challenge, and give you the success rate. So from here, it's very much applicable to your own current situation, current condition, and that's where you can actually devise a better strategy for yourself. You can actually pinpoint what things have you been lacking. Could it be because of people issue? Could it be because of activity, which is the door? Could it be because of the trending, which is the stars? Or could it be because of the deity that is causing you to have this issue? And all this, right, will be having a machine learning behind the back, which is the big data and analytics. We come up with the challenge and we also come up with the strategy for you. And sometimes it's so accurate to the point that it actually, reflect on your current situation, because it's always about time and space, right? So, and that's where you can understand what's your self energy, you can understand what's your forecast energy, then you will see your own personal success rate. Then you think about it, you want to do it or you don't want to do it. If let's say you talk about business dealings, for example. Okay, so this one here gives you much more insight, which is our own personal analytics that we have done out to help the majority that, wanting to have faster analysis rather than just read the chart. But if you are a professional, you're a practitioner, then of course you go back to the chart also lah. So you can see the open door, what does it have? Red is good, black is not so good. You can understand what's the status, and that's where the status is just supporting to your open door in your career, for example. So I would say likewise, there's no difference from other plotters, but I would say we have more things than other people plotters in terms of analytics, in terms of strategy, challenges, and to help you to make better decisions. So that's the difference. Okay, so then of course you can plot a new chart. So you plot a new chart, you can plot different forecasts. For example, all this will be open up for you guys. Okay, so you see which one is much more, tailored to you. Let's say you want to talk about health, you talk about career, you talk about wealth. Yeah, all these we have it, all are different. All are different machine learning behind the backend. We have that. We have our own server. We have all this, running behind the scenes for us. All the formulas, all the calculation, all the probabilities, everything all behind. We get our programmer to do it. So we really invested a lot of money in this to make sure that we can actually have a very we wish that you can actually analyze your chart within 1 minute. That's our, our vision and our direction. 可以吗? All right, so I hope that didn't actually solve your give you some clarity lah. Oh, hey, where are you? Cynthia, is you here?
Yes. I just subscribed. That's why when you're talking, I was just signing in your subscription.
Yeah, thank you for supporting.
I only used it for business purposes. So
that's true.
yeah.
Of course, for business, then give you better direction, then give you better options, optics, and that's where you can make a better action and execution that can, because business is always dollars and cents, right? So I'm not saying that this Qimen definitely can give you the best direction. It's not the best direction. It's about a direction for you. Then you make sense out of it. Then you execute to cut short your journey to your success. You get my point? So it's more towards like stopping you from jumping to the traps. Because sometimes you jump to the wrong traps, it will cost you a lot of money. Yeah, that's our point. Appreciate your time today. I'm very
thanks.
really.
Sorry, I asked this. Sorry, take out the time. So
Hey,
I
no problem.
subscribe. When I subscribe, I receive the receipt. But how do I get to the link? The link was sent to me another day. Is it?
No, we will send you an email to give you all the instructions.
Oh,
And that's
okay.
where once you sign up for the I can show you here also. So basically, let me go out. Let me click out, log out. So those who are very new, let's say new players, right? They will be here, All right. So you go to Qimen Plotter, you can straight away log in, but you don't have an account, So you click on register. Then you register, right? Then the system will auto take in and you can actually play with it already.
Okay.
Yeah, so you just register one account, auto, you will be able to do the forecast immediately right now. Yeah. So you just register and they will send you a verification. Then once you verify, boom, everything is done.
They were able to track that I'm the paid, not the free version, right?
Yep, correct.
Okay, great. Thanks. Thanks, Draco. Thanks.
No problem. Thank you so much for your time today. All right, guys. So you have any more other questions for me? Any like deep questions? You know, I love deep questions. I love challenges because my life is full of challenges. All right. Okay. Is there what is this? What is this? This is a forecasting question. This is a forecasting question. No. We are not doing any forecasting question today. We're just asking me questions on how Qimen can actually make your life better. But this is a forecast question. So is the third quarter of the year something better for us to sell our house and get our targeted price, or whether it's male or female sales agent? This one is a very consultational question. So I will urge you to actually go for a consult. If you need me, then I will be very happy to help you. All right. Then I will give you very concise and clear direction on how you can actually make sure that you can get your profit in terms of either the third or the fourth quarter of the year. All right. Okay. So any more questions for me? No problem. Thank you so much. 可以吗? So today is very eventful. I hope those that is behind and looking to our video or live today, I hope that it also benefited you a little bit. And I'm very happy that you join us today, spending a little bit of 1.5 hours, or no, just 1 hour with us. And yeah, I really hope that we can see each other very soon. And I mean, in live, in person, in Singapore, or maybe Malaysia. Okay, so I wish you guys all the best, and I'll see you in the next training video. I'm sorry, sharing video or sharing session, Qimen sharing in the next subsequent weeks. All right, so thank you. Have a great day. Good night, and I'll see you soon. Thank you so much. Thanks, Cynthia. Yeah, see you in class. Bye, Vicky. Bye, Tahira. Bye-bye.